Tormod, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Can you all, I hope you can all hear me. Very good morning from the sunny fjords of Norway. I have to correct you a little bit, Simone, because I'm actually not working for NORFUND. I'm working for something called NOREC, but we are within the same family. So I will explain the difference later. So if you will indulge me just for a few moments, I will upload, share with you the screen. Let's see. Apologies. This
terribly sorry about that.
Doesn't always. No, there's no problem. Many people are making the confusion, but I will clarify it all to you now.
Yeah, I know it very well, but I read it out.
No problem. That's absolutely no problem. Okay. I seem to be. Let's see now if I manage. Now, can you now see the presentation? Can you see a presentation with NOREC?
Yes, definitely. And if you want
Wonderful.
to, you can take away that, you can school.
Yeah, indeed. There we go. Great. So, right, NOREC. What are we? What do we do? And how are we connected to your sector, circular economy, and so on? Now, NOREC, NOREC is an abbreviation for the Norwegian Agency for Exchange Cooperation. As you can see here from the map, we are part of a larger family. We are all under the auspices of the Norwegian Ministry for Foreign Affairs, and we are alongside entities such as NORFUND, definitely, and NORAD. But we do have a different mandate. And our mandate is to, of course, contribute to the realization of Norway's overarching development goals. And that includes the agenda or the achievement of the 2030 agenda. And the way we do that is twofold. One thing we do is to facilitate and finance exchanges of staff between NGOs, state entities, and businesses in Norway and 25 countries in Africa, Latin America, and Asia. Another thing we also do is to coordinate recruitments of Norwegian-funded junior professional officers and United Nations volunteers. But for this small lecture, I will put emphasis, obviously, on the first part, the exchange part. The SDG number 17, Partnership for the Goals, is very much a pillar in the work of NOREC, and I will explain to you how afterwards. So, what does this mean? A staff exchange. How does it work? Well, it very basically means that at the core of the way we do what we support is that we support that two or more entities, it could be an NGO, it could be a business such as the WE Center, for instance, they swap staff for a period ranging from 3 to 12 months. That would be the exchange of staff members. What do we want to achieve through this? Well, both entities need to have agreed upon goals that they want to achieve at institutional level through the exchange. And there will obviously also be personal career goals in terms of international exposure, in terms of learning new ways of working for the individuals themselves. Now, when we do these exchanges, it can happen between two countries or more countries. We do these exchanges between Norway and countries in Africa, meaning what we call North-South, but we also do it between countries in the South, between Kenya and India and Tanzania and Ethiopia and Colombia and Kenya and so on. And so these are modalities which can also be what we call triangular. So apart from the geographical scope here, 25 countries, there are no sort of limitations in terms of who can cooperate. Because that's at the core of what we do. We believe very strongly that there should be a mutuality, or more advanced word, reciprocity, in all the projects we do. We strongly believe that both parties, regardless of where they are at, have something to teach each other. A company in Norway can learn immense things, and lots of things, from companies in Uganda. In these projects, what we need to have established is that there is a mutuality between the partners. Both are supposed to learn and to learn to each other and teach to each other. This is something we have come up with because prior to what we are now, we used to be a bit more like the US Peace Corps. We used to send out Norwegian experts to countries in Africa, in Latin America, and in Asia, doctors and nurses and teachers. And of course, they were part of a development effort, and they were building things. But they also learned an immense amount of things when they were deployed in other countries. And we wanted to use that experience also. And that is at the core of the activities that we do. And I mean, one example here, which I dare to mention, is that the We Center, you have been one of our partners for a long time, working with Vohitra, SARL, SARL, in Madagascar. And the way I have been explained, and the way we've seen in our result reports, is that whereas the We Center has worked with Vohitra to strengthen their capability in managing electronic waste, ICT skills, Vohitra has in turn improved routines regarding time management, reporting, and so on. So here you see, this is the balance in the partnership. Both institutions are developing each other and learning from each other. So, I mean, very basically what this means is that each of these projects, exchanges, is what we call a partnership between organizations. And they apply for money, they have a concept idea, they go to NOREC and apply for a feasibility study, like an initial phase study, in which there is a bit of funding allowing the institutions to meet, to discuss their ideas. Once this feasibility study has been approved, they can start doing the exchange. And then, of course, among the two partners, we need to have one coordinating partner, which is sort of the focal point towards NOREC. This does not mean that the coordinating partner is the best partner or the leader of the project or the one who has the most capability, but it merely means that one's institution needs to somehow be accountable. And I mean, in the cooperation model as well, what we need from the institutions is we need to have institutions that have at least 5 fixed or 5 permanent staff members, and that you already have established a partnership or some kind of idea of who you want to cooperate with in another country. NOREC does not act as a matchmaker. We don't have the capacity to do that because we have somewhere between 60 and 70 partnerships. We've exchanged around 10,000 people over the last 20 years or so. So that is what we do. That is our mandate. The matchmaking and the partnerships need to be established by the partners themselves. Those are the strongest partnerships, not partnerships that are made up by someone else. And yeah, here you see another way of describing it with the sort of the partnerships involving 3 or more parties. Anyway, there are many ways of doing this. I mean, we are not experts as such when it comes to circular economy or green growth. We are experts on facilitating exchanges. We have partnerships ranging from smaller NGOs to larger businesses to major hospitals, universities. So I think our model is a fit for many types of entities. A lot of startups are using us, using our model to sort of realize or start up a corporation with an entity in another country. And here you see a list of where we are operating. It's in 25 countries, most of them in East Africa, but also in Asia and in Latin America. And I mean, what's in it for you using our model? we have seen that the more you can show that you have international relations, you become an attractive workplace. At least in Norway, that's very, very important for many companies. And also, you become an attractive employer if you show that you somehow are a responsible business, because that's another very important aspect for us, a demand from our side. If you want to work through us, you need to have your to show that you are into being a responsible employer, acting ethically. And it will also increase your capacity, because you will not only increase your knowledge, you will also have finance it, that you will get additional staff members working in your business. That's what we pay for. We give funding for the exchange itself, meaning we don't give funding for hardware, but we will pay for a decent basic salary. We will pay housing, we will pay insurances, we will pay travel, and that means you will increase your capacity in one way financially, but also staff and HR wise. And when you have sent off, because that's the key again, you will receive staff members, but you also have to send staff members. When they come back to your organization, they are stronger, they have more skills, they have more knowledge and different knowledge, which will in turn contribute to your organization, your business. And it's also a way of getting to know new markets, because you will have staff members who have experience from a new country. You will have a partner that you can cooperate with, and that will give you access and knowledge of new markets. So very basically what we offer funding for the exchange. We also have quite a substantial amount of training, not only for training for people who are to be deployed on exchange, we also do training for the partner organizations. And that's training in terms of procedures and routines, of course, but also in terms of international awareness, multicultural challenges, and a bit of development as well. And we do have a lot of program officers who are very dedicated to following up the projects they are responsible for. So we do provide a lot of guidance as well. We are not leaving you on your own to sort of complete and fulfill your project. Well, that's basically it. I think I hope that that you now have a bit more knowledge of what NOREC is. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Tormod. That was great. And I can easily say that, yes, it's a brilliant way of reaching all those goals that you talked about. What is in for a business doing this? We've had exchanges with Colombia and Madagascar. And for anyone who has seen the movie that I believe we have in our booth, to the right hand, you will actually hear Mark, who went to Madagascar, also witness his experience about this. So, yes, this is exciting, and I also hope now that we have some in the audience that will connect with you and learn more in depth from what NOREC is doing. So thank you very, very much. Do we have any questions? I just want to look at the Q&A. No, there's nothing coming in, but if anyone has questions for Tormod, kindly use the Q&A section to the right, or send a message, of course, directly to him as a speaker. But it's also good when we lift up the questions in this forum so everybody can hear, because usually there is more people who has the same questions, but they might not dare to ask. So feel free to do that. Will you stay with us for a while?
For a while, yes, but,
yeah.
Indeed. But you can also look at norec.no, and you will get a lot of information, and you will find also other people you can ask. Thank you very much.
That's wonderful. Is it possible for us to receive your presentation so that we can upload it in handouts as well?
Already sent it, but I will send it again. No problem.
No. But in that case, we have it. So that's great.
Okay.
Then we will upload it. Thank you.